All right, guys, now let's look at taking advantage of our training partner's turn. We can even bait our training partner to turn. This time we're going to convert a rotational or a twisting lock, okay, the threat of heel hook, into a linear lock, okay, with a knee bar, okay? So again, this is kind of similar to the previous move, only instead of finishing in cross ashi, we're going to finish with the knee bar itself. So from a situation where either my training partner was on a hip or he was already up on a knee and I had an Ashi Garami, I start creating the threat, okay, of a twisting lock here. And I already have anticipated that my training partner is going to go into a turn, okay? His hands are on the floor. I know what he's going to do at this point. So from here, what we're going to do is as my training partner begins that turn, again, I'm going to go heel to my training partner's spine. And as he goes to turn, I'm going to take my 2 feet and I'm going to initially have my feet crossed. As my training partner goes to complete that turn, we're going to go in and we're going to go foot to foot right at the tailbone, okay? And from this position, I want to tuck the heel behind my armpit, and I'm gonna start finishing, okay, this lat knee bar with my 2 feet very in close together, okay? Now from this position, I wanna try to turn my knees down towards the floor as best as I can, and then I can back heel and I can bridge off of my own foot to finish the knee bar right here. Now, the one thing that your training partner can't do to potentially prevent you from finishing the knee bar is he sits up and he grabs my knee with both of his hands. He pulls the knee and he twists his leg inside. So this kills my knee bar, but you can see exactly what's happening here. He's landed, okay, right back in a heel hook danger with the feet on the inside, okay? And then from this position, we could start looking to go in. As he goes to rotate, we turn through, we extract the leg, and now we're in outside heel hook territory again. So that's just a good example of how a twisting lock can lead into a linear lock. And then again, the defense to the linear lock potentially allows us to go back into another heel hook or another twisting lock. So one more time, we come out and this guy's coming up to a knee. We're threatening a heel hook. We're going to take both of our feet to the outside as he turns. And right as even as my partner's turning, we cross our ankles initially on his spine. As he goes to turn, we're tucking it behind and we're taking our 2 feet in close together. Okay, we bring our 2 feet to the tailbone. This brings my knees high and it essentially shortens the fulcrum, okay, of the break. So it brings it higher up, okay, on the knee, okay, as opposed to being with my legs maybe further back where there's a little bit more play in the knee. And I bring the knees higher and I pinch them downwards. A little bit of an arc gets me the finish. And as always, if he pulls the knee, we could rotate. He rotates the knee, good. We feed right back into heel hook attacks, okay? Key thing here is we want to make sure that our 2 feet lock right on the tailbone and spine, okay? So that way when he turns and we bring we go from crossed ankles to foot, we get a nice positioning there for the break. So let's come back this way. So if you look at, we're in this position here. We're threatening the heel hook. And at this point, I know his hands are on the floor and moving away from me. That's a clear sign that your training partner is going to go to turn. So come back into me. So right from this position, as I'm creating the threat, go to spin a little quickly. We go from this position, tucking it behind, to foot. Okay, so my ankles were initially crossed the spine. And you can see that when I cross them at the spine, when we spin, it lands perfectly right there at the center line. And now from here, I'm in a good position to start bringing my knees down and driving my hips in and finishing the lat knee bar.